Porn Stars and People podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette here with Julie Ginger.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Thank you for doing this.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to do
Yeah, actually,
you.
this is a little weird. It was like we were actually talking about swinging. We're doing an episode, and then you were, and then how it's sexy to be watched. Fuck, you watched me do the podcast, and then you're like, I want to do that.
I was jealous. I'm sitting over there on the couch or the bed listening, and I'm just like,
this seems fun.
yeah, let me get on this shit. Come on.
So here you are.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it.
Thank you for having me, really.
I just discovered you're from Iowa.
I am. I drove the last 17 hours to get to New Jersey. I did.
Iowa is a lot farther than I thought it was.
It
I
is.
played Iowa last year. What did I play? Not Des Moines, not
Des Moines is where I'm from.
Not Davenport. I played what's the
Cedar
next town
Falls.
Water.
Sioux Cities, Waterloo.
Waterloo.
That Cedar Falls and Waterloo are like right next to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's where I played.
Yep.
Here's what I found about Iowa, and I talked about this on this cast the other day. I've never met anybody from Iowa who's happy to be from Iowa.
I am not from Iowa.
Okay.
I am originally from South Carolina.
So there you go. Point proven. Immediately, the first chance you got to not be from Iowa.
Yeah, exactly. My mom is from there, so it's kind of in my blood a little bit. But, I like it there for the most part. I'm dying to get out
of Iowa.
Yeah. I've been there for 10 years, so it's
time
to go.
I don't know what it is about, because I go to a lot of places as a comedian, and we make fun of it a little bit.
It's okay, you can.
And we do that. But, normally it's like, ha, 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 we're part of it. But in Iowa, it's like, no, you're right. This is awful. This is the worst. I don't know what it is.
To be honest with you, the thing is like there's nothing to do during the winter.
Yeah.
You literally have bars, and that's all you do. You drink.
Yeah, well, but the same can be said about where I'm from. I'm from Syracuse, New York, and it is. The people just drink.
That's true, yeah. But at least you have, the
We're on that.
At least you're close. Like you're not that far from.
I'm the last person they thought was going to show a nipple.
Oh my gosh, Nikki.
No, it's Free the Nip. Free the Nip November. Free the Nip November.
Women don't get to do that, okay?
Fair enough.
But no, at least like you're close enough to a big city that you can just go and do stuff. There's stuff to do.
Yeah, Syracuse isn't.
Okay, I have no idea where Syracuse is, so
it's
you got me there.
Yeah, 4 hours, but
still.
Yeah, but it's the same vibe. So yeah, I get it. There's like this sort of like isolated thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and occasionally there'll be a band that comes through that plays or a concert. Like we actually just had Kevin Gates.
I don't know who Kevin Gates is, but I'm sure that's great.
He is a rapper.
I'm just not into him.
Yeah, it's okay. He's a rapper. He came to Des Moines. I was going to go to the concert. Just didn't work out, so I ended up just drinking and having a good time at one of my local bars that I love to go to.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. That's the thing. I wanted to go back, but it's like even the people that I met, and they're like, "Don't come back.
Just go in the summer.
Don't come back.
Just go to the summer."
It's
and the
so
reason
funny.
why is because you've got more things to do outside.
It was in the summer, yeah. When I went, yeah.
And then you've got the Iowa State Fair, which is always a big hit.
What happens at the Iowa State Fair?
Lots of freaking food on a stick is what happens at an Iowa State Fair, and it's delicious.
What's your favorite food on a stick?
Fudge.
Fudge on a stick.
No, not fudge.
Do you not swear?
I do.
That was great. That's well timed.
I know, right? It's fun. I sometimes curse and I sometimes don't.
Fudge.
I think probably my favorite would probably be the pork chop on a stick. It's really delicious. It's just like tender. Yeah. You bite into it and my mouth is watering thinking about it right now.
I think I had something like a ribeye on a stick once.
Probably.
Yeah, it's so
It is delicious.
What
and
a
then
good call.
They've got deep fried Oreos and Twinkies.
Yeah.
And then they've got some of the best, hands down, some of the best cheese curds I have ever had in my entire life.
Now I've been pretty good at eating healthy the last couple of years because I got out of control at one point. But so one of my main weaknesses is corn dogs.
Not a huge corn dog fan, but they have really good corn dogs there.
I don't know why that's the one, but if I see a corn dog at a place and it's like, if it's priced right, I'm like, I'm in this.
Just do it. They have footlongs too. They have the really big ones. So I urge you.
I'm a corn dog purist though. I want the regular corn dog. I'd rather have 3 regular corn dogs than that big one. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because the breading, the whole thing, yeah.
Well,
I can talk at length about the corn dog.
I can tell. Do you eat yours with mustard?
No, God, no.
Oh, really?
No, you're a
Have
monster.
you ever tried it?
No, I would never. I love mustard too. But no, corn dog is just you got as long as it's the right batter, you don't need any help.
That's very
You're
true.
in there. You're in that thing.
I get it. Like I said, I'm not a huge corn dog fan. I've had them.
Yeah.
You know.
You either are or you aren't.
I'm
you don't
into
get,
the pork chop on stick.
if you don't get corn dogs, you don't get corn dogs. So what do you put on your pork chop on the stick?
Nothing. Literally, you just take it and eat it. It is that good.
That's
That's
what I
how they season it and how it's cooked. It's just it's beautiful. It's like
That's what I mean. Yeah, whatever thing you like on a stick, you don't need to add stuff to it.
No,
you
you really
go
don't.
for it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm at with corn
So
dogs.
I'm going to urge your followers and your people listening that they definitely need to come to the Iowa State Fair. It's usually in August, like the first or second week.
Yeah.
They should check it out. It's always a good time.
Listen, it doesn't matter if you drive 17 hours. It's worth going to the Iowa State Fair.
It is absolutely worth it. I agree.
You're nearby, just come to the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah, just do it.
So do you go to the closer Exotica? Do you go to the Chicago Exotica?
Yes, I did go to the Chicago. That was my first one ever.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. I went.
This will be my second Exotica as well.
This is
I
my
went
second
last year
too.
to this
I'm
one.
super excited for New Jersey. I've heard nothing but good things about New Jersey, but I had a fantastic time in Chicago because it is a 5-hour drive for me. I didn't have to worry about,
It's a little newer too, so there's a vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the New Jersey one's been a staple for a long time.
Yeah.
So there's a vibe of like there's something new and fresh about it.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's like, because it's like, if you do anything for too long, people like get sick of it. So there are people that I've met in this business that are like, oh, it's New Jersey, it's the thing.
Right.
It's like, it's been going on. But it's like, that's just the energy of like, it's been the same.
Right. And what it did is it brought something different to the Midwest, because the Midwest is always lacking. We need something new. We need something different. And being and living in the Midwest for the last 10 years, I was really super excited that something different came.
Right.
And it was
and to get people out of this like mindset that like it's okay to be repressed.
right.
It's
Absolutely.
like we gotta start these conversations. It
No,
really is.
absolutely. I was so excited. I told all my friends, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Exotica. If you don't know what it is, look it up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just telling everybody. We had a good time.
I keep saying to people that the people that I meet in this industry, I just feel like they're like 20 to 30 years ahead sexually.
Oh, absolutely.
From the rest of the country. We're just so repressed, and it's nuts. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've kind of always been very just sexually forward or advanced, I guess you could say. As you just said, we're just so much further along than most people. I don't get it. I don't understand why.
It's just happier people.
Yeah.
It's like people that have they've figured it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like that's not what you meet in the normal situation, normal market.
Oh,
especially as I'm not married, so I'm dating. So it's like I bump into like so many people that like haven't figured it out, and they're not even sure who they are.
Yeah.
I've met people in their late 20s who like don't really know how to give themselves an orgasm, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's weird.
What are we doing?
Like I mean, just a little tidbit. I started learning when I was, like 13.
Yeah, it's like
like.
Dude,
what was up with people these days?
I was a first grade masturbator. I was a masturbator before I had anything to show for it. Like for years. Like I had to change my process once stuff started coming out, because I was like, oh, now there's a whole other thing now. I'm making a mess.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, I've never admitted that on record. That's cool. No, like
You're welcome.
But when somebody says something like that to you, they're like, oh, I have trouble having orgasms by myself. It's like, well, then what the fuck chance do I have
of getting you off?
If you can't get you off, how am I going to do it?
How am I supposed to know what's going to make you tick?
You don't know what you're into. It's the same thing I say to people about like loving. If you don't love yourself, I got no shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with
that.
And
I got no shot at you loving me if you're not even like, it's this thing. It's like, and it's a complex thing that like sexuality and self-love, it's all complex and it takes time.
Yeah.
And it's an evolution. But at every step of it, you have to be checked into it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it took me a long time to really love myself. And that's just, I think, coming from being the oldest and having to, carry so much stress and stuff as being the oldest and not really having time for me. And, I think once I moved and went to college and was on my own and really started just exploring who I was as a person, even sexually I was still very sexual, still very advanced, but just kind of getting that self-love.
I think a lot of us don't know who we are for a long time. I had the luck of I decided to go a semester abroad, and I just didn't have any friends that were going there, and I just went anyway, and I was just writing every day. And like that one trip when I was like 19 years old is kind of when I figured out who the fuck I was.
That is awesome.
And it's like I'm watching my brother now. My brother just moved to London, and it's like this is gonna be the first time he has the opportunity to like figure, because he's been in like this long relationship, and he's like I don't think he knows who he is.
That's really cool.
I think we all need those things, and it's weird that somebody can go a lifetime without ever knowing who they are.
It is very true, and it's sad even to think about that.
Yeah.
That people do have to go that long.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. You get out of high, like imagine you married your high school sweetheart, then you're in this thing. Now you're in this vibe. You're trying to like keep this relationship going.
Mm-hmm.
Then next thing you know, you're 35, you're 40. Then your relationship breaks up for some reason, and then now you're like 42 years old, and you're like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who was that this whole time?
Yeah, because you were so invested in the relationship, you weren't really invested
Right.
in just yourself.
Right.
But
I was Kyle's wife.
person
I was
same-
Barbara's husband.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like it's weird.
I wasn't a partner in this
Yeah.
marriage. You were just stuck to that person.
Are you
I get
married?
that.
Have you been married?
I have been married. I am divorced actually recently, back in April.
Nice.
Yep.
I don't know if I should say sorry or congrats. I
You
feel like
can
I should say congrats.
congrats.
Yeah.
It is
That's
an-
how I feel about divorce right now.
I am so happy with my life. I went through a pretty, rough marriage, and I quite honestly, I didn't know who I was. And
Yeah.
this is again this around the same time I was trying to figure it out. Met him, we got married within 6 months of meeting, and that was kind of I think what started me figuring, okay,
Yeah.
this doesn't quite right.
This isn't right.
And so, long story short, we just separated in 2015 and finalized a divorce back in April, and I'm happy. No kids.
Still friends?
No.
Gone. Peace.
Peace out. I split and I
See ya.
said, no, honey.
Yeah.
You don't get to re-hook up with me after we've already been separated
Yeah.
for like 6 months. No, thank you.
This
I'm
is-
good.
women are way better at the breakup. It's like whenever I was in a situation where I broke up with a girl, there was always this ability to sort of like get back if we were both like not in a thing.
Sure.
But it's like if a girl breaks up with a guy, like that's it. It's game over. You're out.
Yeah, pretty much. I gave him a chance and gave him every opportunity to, work things out. But I think in the long run, it was meant to happen, and it was meant to build both of our characters and
Yeah.
to really give us the chance to know who we are. And
Yeah.
I think that really did help develop me as a person, but then also develop this other character I have going on.
Sure.
Miss
Yeah.
Julie Ginger. So
Okay. Yeah. How far as a comedian? I always thought the authenticity was to be as close as possible, but
Yeah.
there's other comedians that sort of like go a little further. How close to the rest of you is this persona that you say?
very close now.
Yeah.
Definitely his since I started, from when I started to now, I feel like I was always her. I just didn't
Okay.
know it.
That's
You know
what
what
I
I
was getting
mean?
at. Yeah.
I just hadn't really developed that sense of knowing.
Yeah.
And it was very enlightening when I the other day I was actually thinking about this, which is funny you brought it up. I really was thinking about this. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I've always been Julie
Yeah,
Ginger. I just
yeah.
didn't know it.
He was dead the whole time. It's fucking M. Night Shyamalan. What?
Exactly.
That's great. I was always her.
Yes, exactly. I've
the
always
scene.
heard.
It's a
I just
Fight Club
needed to.
scene, yeah.
Yeah, I just
It
needed
was
to
me the
bring her
whole
out.
time.
Exactly.
That's great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think there's a lot to that. It really is, especially in like relationships with people, the repressed people, and then they get in this mode and they do this thing and they're like, oh well, I'm this person right now, and it's like role playing, stuff like that. It's like all of those things, those are all components of you,
Yep.
and pretending like we're not, this freak in the sheets, a lady in the streets thing. This is like this ideal that we've like made up, but it's like
Yeah.
no, it's like we need to address that we're all of the things.
Yes.
All of the things on all of the spectrums.
Absolutely.
Like we're petty and we're generous and we're selfish and we're jealous. We're all of the
those
things.
Absolutely. I
We're-
can tell you, I'm pretty much almost every single one
Yeah.
of those to a certain extent. You
yeah,
know.
and it's like
I try not to
and-
be
and-
the bad
and-
ones.
But it's like if you can figure out the balance, then no one thing takes over,
Right.
and then
It's
you
hard.
actually live a happier life though.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
It's
Very
tough. You meet so many people traveling the country that are just like not happy,
true. Mm-hmm.
and then haven't figured it out, and like haven't figured out what their thing is.
Right. And this, I think, the porn side of it has always been my thing.
Yeah.
I just finally decided to jump on it. I did jump on it a little later because I am 31, but because I started in May of 2017.
Yeah.
So but I still have that young, fresh look in a way.
Especially with the cultivation of content and the ability of the internet, it seems like people now they can come into the game later on. There are people that I've seen that are coming in their 40s, people in their 50s. It's like
the mature thing is very big right now.
Yeah, but it's like whatever your thing is, it's like of course there's going to be another person that lines up with that. It's like this is what we have to understand as people. If you have an instinct, somebody else has that instinct.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
if you have an emotion, a feeling, something that's like draws you to a thing, we're all there. It's like even with like that's how I feel about like open relationships, the monogamy thing. It's like we're all doing this monogamy thing because that's what we think is supposed to be the thing. But it's like, why are we all fucking cheating?
Right.
Because there's something else going on.
Exactly. Because we have that urge to want something else, something different. Not even so much like leave that person that you're kind of having that open relationship with, but you just like want to experience something new.
Yeah.
But still have that person, which I totally am cool with an open relationship. I just don't have one because. Yeah, I like doing me.
Right.
I like being me and being alone because I get to do whatever I want.
Right. Yeah, it is harder. It's like, but the thing that I appreciate about an open relationship, the way that I structured the last one that I had was that we broke everything down and discussed it.
That's good.
Almost like a contract. Like this is
very
what we
good.
expect of each other. And I think in like regular and like heterosexual relationships, I think people don't do that. I think people don't do that. I think people don't. You just took your flip flop off with your other foot.
Yeah.
And then dropped to the floor. It was like
pretty posable toes.
It was great. You just it was like you're doing laundry with your feet. Like
no, I just did accidentally drop my flip flop, and I was like, let me just go ahead and take the other one off.
Like
it looks weird.
It was like you and like a couple ostriches and like. In like a field somewhere, just like pick things up with your feet. That was incredible.
So
that was skill.
Oh my gosh, I love
amazing.
it. Hey, you know what? I've always had these, toes that I can do weird things with.
No, just knowing. Well, I don't. Your feet are not any different than anybody else's. I just think you know their versatility. I think that was impressive.
I do. Thank you.
But yeah, I think it's important to, and I don't think we do it. It's like even when people get married, it's like none of these people haven't even talked about the bounds of that and what everything needs to be.
I think that if my ex and I would have maybe talked about having an open relationship, I think things would have been a little different. I really do. I've never thought about it until just literally now. Yeah. But it's what is done is done. Yeah. I've definitely, like I said, I've grown, I've moved on, and so you're right. I mean, as long as people can communicate and have that open, discussion, I think people will be much happier. Yeah. So
it's not because because when you say to somebody open relationship, they go, oh, you want to fuck other people? It's like, no, it's not at all what I want. I want someone who I'm with who's actually honest with me about all the things. This is the thing that I think is the omission thing. I think is crazy. Like if you're the type of guy or the type of girl that like if you get drunk, you hook up with a stranger, I think your partner should know that about you. Yeah. But people go, oh, well, I'm not gonna tell. It's not something he needs to know until. It
actually happens,
and then it's like, and then like, oh well, now we gotta hide. But it's like if I'm dating like the blowjob girl from like she like blew all the dudes on the bus in high school, I want to know whether that's my girl. Like you know what I mean? Like, and I want to love her for being the blowjob girl.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Definitely a blowjob girl. That's for sure.
I want to love her for being the random blowjob girl or whatever, whatever.
Are you dating a random blowjob girl right now?
No, I wish I was. No, I'm finding it harder and harder to get blowjobs in active society. It's like actually making me miss my ex because that was our finishing move. That was in Mortal Kombat, and it's like it's right there. Finish him. It's like, every session ended with swallowing, and it was fantastic.
Oh, that's sexy. And it's beautiful. Oh, it's
fantastic.
Hot.
Yeah.
Love it.
And now I'm seeing people and because I don't want to blow up a particular person's spot, but it's like I said something about and they were like ew, and I was like, oh, this is fuck. This is
they're just not the one.
Yeah.
They're not the one anymore.
Yeah, and
it was done right there.
And it's not even the other way. It's like and for me it was always like whatever you're into. If I'm into you enough, we'll figure it out.
Right.
Like we did. I don't know. Me and the girl we was talking about with Nikki. We were doing the outdoor stuff. We were doing all kinds of weird shit. Like we did one where we washed each other's feet and then we like sucked each other's toes. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm into it. Maybe I'm not. But we wanted to check it out.
Floats your boat,
yeah,
man.
we did like what else did we do? We like when I was 20, we were like I don't know, eat my ass. Who knows? Who knows? knows? Maybe it's great.
Hey, that's actually becoming a very popular thing right now. I'm just saying.
I actually did. I accidentally fell onto, a scene that was like it was like a normal boy girl scene, and then all of a sudden she just flipped him over and started chowing. And it wasn't like coming from underneath. It was like she flipped him over, put him in like change your diaper position. I don't know how you call that. And
missionary.
No. Then she rolled his legs back.
Yeah. That's that. Well, I mean, you're laying on your back. Your legs are up in the
air.
Yeah. Back. That would be missionary, right?
So
a form of it.
I don't know. So
Anyways.
so his dick was looking himself in the eye, and then she was just
down in there just
and
doing
I hung in there for a minute because I was like maybe, but then I was like it was just too real. I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
It's too real for me.
Just too real.
It's too real.
I had to go. I had to get out.
No, I'm in my 30s. No, I'm not letting anybody near my asshole anymore.
No, I totally.
In my 20s, yeah, whoever wanted it, they could.
Not
get,
now.
They
now
could,
you're just like meh.
No, get a tongue in there. In my 30s, I can't trust that thing, man. I can't trust that thing.
I can understand that. I love this conversation.
I'd have to go straight from the tub. What's the Scarface tub?
Oh, our beautiful tub back here. It is pretty awesome.
I'd have to go straight. I'd have to go straight from a jet to someone's tongue if I was gonna do it at my 30s.
Yeah, a lot of people probably do that though.
Can't trust my beehole in my 30s.
Oh my God.
That's my bumper sticker. Can't trust my beehole. Honk if you can't trust your beehole. That's mine.
I love it. That's great.
That's my bumper sticker. What would your bumper sticker be?
I don't really know.
What was Nikki's good pussy? What was it? Good pussy. What was yours? Good head, good pussy.
Good head, good pussy. I mean, I'd have to steal that too because I have both. But I mean, I can't do that, so I have to come up with something. I can't. The ginger you can't resist, or the ginger you can't live without. Something I don't know.
Sweet ginger.
There you go. She has black man's kryptonite.
Black man kryptonite.
I will take good ass.
Is your guy?
Good head, good pussy.
Is your guy black man?
Yes.
You guys black dude? Oh, nice. Yeah, that was my favorite Lisa Lampanelli jokes. She goes, she was talking about what was her bit was that she goes, she was talking about she only gets with black dudes, and then the one, and then this is always the one that threw the audience off because she'd be talking about black dudes for the whole time. She'd be like, I have more dick in me than Apollo urinal at the Apollo, and then the last one is she would go, what did she say? She goes, she says I haven't lost enough weight to get a white guy to fuck me. So funny line. She's married. She's married. No, she's married to an Italian guy.
Yeah.
She's married to an Italian guy.
That's hilarious.
So funny.
I'm the same, definitely into black guys. I did marry, like I said, I had a white husband, but I just, it wasn't him that converted me.
There's something about
it was just the fact that he and I just couldn't.
But there's something about like whatever it is that like sort of worships us starts to become like our fetish, because it's like somebody
I don't
like
fetishize.
but they somebody who treats you better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like. It's like, especially as a dude, we pretend as men like we're like going and acquiring things, but it's like, no, that girl chose me, and then she did this song and dance to make it look like I did something, but she chose me, and that's who we're going after. We're not like going outside of our lane. So whatever our lane is becomes very sexy to us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that person actually respects us and gives us what we want.
Yeah, I just, I guess maybe I never really had the chance with a black guy, so the one time I actually got that chance, I took it, and let's just say the rest is history. And I mean, if you look at my videos, to be quite honest, I do have multi-race. I'm not just all black. Yeah. Like and no, again, Nikki and I actually had this conversation, and this is her personal preference, my personal preference, and my business sense is I'm okay with being with multiple different ethnicities. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it, and Nikki wants only black. That's, hey, go girl. That's all her. That's, hey, that, and people have preferences, and that's totally fine. But my personal life,
especially
I
in this thing,
black.
it's like you can definitely like, I mean, it's like if you figure out a lane that works, right? Especially for this business, you hang in there.
Exactly, and that's what's worked for me so far. I mean, my fans have been great, and I've enjoyed, what I've been doing so far. So Nice.
So it is interesting to meet people so new into the business, because it's interesting. I have this thought of like what happens if if I bump into them in 7 years, like are they gonna have the same vibrance?
Interesting.
And it's like with comedy, I know it is. It's like some people get jaded, but generally speaking, like if you're doing what you love, it just stays.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
Nikki and I, again, we're having this conversation. Like, I do really love it.
Yeah.
Like, I've just always loved sex in general. I mean, and why not do something I love and make some money at the same time?
Well, and the amount of and the amount because then if it doesn't feel like you're working, then you've solved the problem.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that like feel this is the other thing. It's like so many people that like feel forced to do what they're doing and they hate it.
Yeah.
Like that's the sort of the
that's
larger.
Unfortunate.
They're like raped by a paperwork.
Oh gosh, I worked in the corporate industry for a very long time, actually.
Yeah.
And I did it while I was still doing porn. Yeah. So I mean, it is very hard to keep those two things separate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I was making, you know, the money that I needed to make to kind of continue building my brand, building my business, and my career, even in a sense.
Yeah.
So I know almost everybody in the industry has a second job. And actually, I currently do still have a second job.
Yeah.
So
No
I just
shit.
I don't work in the industry though. I DJ karaoke weddings.
No shit.
Yeah, karaoke
cool.
weddings, trivia. It's so much fun. I love
That's
it.
really cool.
It
Yeah.
is fun. We have a good time.
Yeah, I don't know. That'll be my public service announcement on this one. Is like find what you love and do that shit.
Yep.
Go
Agreed.
do that shit. Don't have this like, oh, this is what I would have done, or if I ever. Just do that shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not gonna win the lottery. Just go do
it.
the thing. Go do the thing. If you're not enjoying your day every day, you're fucking up.
Yeah,
you have an opportunity to do so.
I completely agree. Absolutely, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So 17. How'd you rip 17? You said 17 hours.
17 hours. I
How'd
drove
you rip
here.
17 hours?
How'd
you break it up? How'd you break it up?
So I technically was supposed to leave at like 4 a.m. Didn't leave until around 8.
Yeah, nobody leaves at 4
you
in
know.
the morning.
Actually, I have done this before.
Yeah,
but
once in a blue moon you leave at 4 in the morning, but like.
So I just got on the road and started driving, and every time I just start feeling like, you know what, I need to get up and move. I need to like stand or stretch, which is typically probably every like 3 or 4 hours.
But you left 4 in the morning yesterday.
I left 8 in the morning. Yesterday.
Thursday
morning.
Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
Yeah.
I rolled into her apartment at 9ish this morning.
Okay.
But I did take breaks into sleep because I was
Did
just
you sleep
tired.
somewhere or you just chilled in the car?
Chilled in my car. Laid my seat back, got my pillow, got my blanket. I brought a pillow and blanket.
I made it just for sanity's sake. I made it always a rule that like I will sleep in a bed somewhere.
You know,
I don't sleep in the car just for. I think it's just the one thing that like keeps because of all the hours I'm gonna put.
Sure.
It's just the one tiny thing that like keeps me from going nuts.
I guess I wasn't going nuts. I didn't feel any anxiety or anything about driving and being in the car. Yeah. Well, I've done this before though. I drove from Iowa to Virginia. Yeah. So I mean, it's not a big deal for me to be in the car and sleep in it, whatever. But I just put my seat back and just fell asleep for a couple hours. And when I was ready to go, I go, So, yeah, I mean, it was a long drive, but it was so worth it. Yeah. Worth it.
I say all that. So I say all that, but then I barely fell asleep last night. So, like, I might be sleeping in the parking lot of Exotica. So, like, I talk a lot of shit. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to be in
we have a nice marble slab right here. We can give you a pillow and a blanket. Just curl up
right here.
I
would go in there.
Or,
I go in that top hat, whatever the fuck that is. Like
it's a little weird.
Yeah, the man with the. It's a uterus. I guess it is. Yeah.
In a way,
it's like the man with the yellow hat.
You have to make sure you take a picture of this so you can show all your people.
It's on camera.
Oh, you can see it. Awesome, perfect.
That shit is. What is it called?
Fish-eyed. Oh,
yeah,
man.
wide angle.
Wide angles.
Wide angle.
We like it.
Yeah, and these weird like mirrors from like this 1970s garage sale around the corner. That's a weird. It really was. When she said Raritan Hotel, I was like, is it that fucking white monstrosity?
It looks like a palace outside.
It's so strange.
So
and then
weird.
What is? Who is? Yeah, he might be. And then not him because we watched him die. But we didn't see Bin Laden. No, we watched him die, but we didn't see Bin Laden. We watched the hanging. You can't pretend that we did do that. She's like, well, so they say. No, we didn't say. No, it was him.
Oh Lord.
No, I was there. I was DPing on it. I was the director of photography. It was him. We took his ID. We took his fingerprint.
I love it.
I was there.
That's good.
No, I was the boom mic. There was a boom mic. There was a guy holding a boom mic.
Boom mics.
Isn't that crazy? Put that on your resume. Sadam Hussein boom mic execution.
I'm holding the boom mic.
Yeah. Audio engineer for the Saddam Hussein. What's it called?
Audio engineer for this.
Execution.
Hey, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the punches.
I like it. Nobody's gonna write in and be like, "Hey, listen, it wasn't cool the way they talked about this Saddam Hussein execution." We're at least safe. Even in this world where people want to talk shit about everything, nobody's complaining about that one.
Right.
Nobody's flagging Saddam Hussein electrocution.
I don't
or whatever
think
it was.
they are.
No. What did we do? We hung up. What the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking
about this
about
tub. We're talking about 1970s.
everything.
Oh no, the hotel. Dude, there's a Buddha or like a Bodhisattva outside. I don't understand why that is. And then there's some other weird thing out front. There's like a maze or something.
I'm not sure.
So I don't understand. It's like a Buddhist. It's a Buddhist hotel. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know, but it's definitely like.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that would make
That's
sense.
what I would do. That's what I would do. Is if I bought a hotel, I would put like it's like. But the thing is, it's like clearly like the parking lot's not full. Clearly, they made a couple marketing mishaps.
Clearly,
because like I get it. Like if that's what you believe in, I get it. You put that statue up, but it's like that's not gonna be attractive to that many people, probably.
No.
Right, like.
The price was attractive.
That's funny.
The price was
like,
attractive.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm like Roman Catholic and then I own a hotel, now I'm gonna put like just a big Jesus cross on the front. Like that's not gonna be good for everybody.
Lord.
Yeah. Lordy.
So.
So what else? So are you doing these events with Nikki, or you got some other stuff? What does your timeline look like?
She's actually going and doing the event that's up in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna go because I didn't know until today. I'm just gonna kind of like just hit up people and see what they're doing, and maybe go to a couple parties or maybe invite people over.
There's the Inked Awards on Saturday night.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I probably won't go to that anyway, so it's fine. I'm not inked. I mean, I'm inked, but not part of the Inked Awards.
Yo, I got a Sharpie in the car. We'll solve this.
Oh my Lord, let's not even go there. I don't know if I quite trust you with a Sharpie.
Listen, we'll tat each other's faces and then we'll go to the fucking Inked Awards. No problem.
I'm just here to get a couple scenes in, meet some fans, and hang out, and I'm actually probably gonna go visit family. I have family in Delaware.
Nice.
So they're on the Air Force Base.
How far is that from here? 2 hours?
Like about 3.5 hours. So I'll drive down and visit them, and I'll actually have friends.
The DWG, the Delaware Water Gap.
Yeah. And then I may pop up into New York because I have friends up there.
Yeah.
More porn friends that I can go crash on their couch for a night. Yeah.
You got porn friends in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Hook it up. I have trouble trying to get interviews done in the East Coast.
Really? Absolutely.
Yeah, hook it up,
my
please.
gosh.
Please.
Both of us. We absolutely have people in New York.
East
we can
Coast,
hook you up with.
East Coast becomes a big black hole for me sometimes trying to get these things filled.
Wow.
So please, any help you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do. So that's cool. That's very cool.
So I'm just kind of here to network and see people and just kind of hang out.
Yeah, last year, my friend Charlie Hart, who I had the opportunity to interview very early on in the podcast, and she came up with Lexi Luna, and she just chilled, and she I mean, just the networking opportunity alone at this thing is crazy.
Oh,
it's
absolutely,
really,
especially New Jersey and on the East Coast.
Totally take advantage of it.
Oh, I do.
It's just like a big family. It's cool. And then the seminars are really dope.
I might check out some seminars actually.
That's the one thing that sets this thing apart.
Yeah.
Is that there's these cool seminars. There's some good stuff. There's some business stuff.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that seems silly, but there's some stuff that seems really legit.
No, absolutely. Actually, I think I have a friend, Amberly Roth, I believe is how they say her name. If I mispronounce it and missay it, I apologize. But I know that she does a seminar on how to make $10,000 in a month by doing phone sex.
This is the one everybody was trying to go to. It's like tomorrow in the morning, right, or something?
I think so.
Does that sound right?
I can find out.
Yeah. That's great.
I'll find out. But I think I might go to that one
just
because that'll be like, I have her book, so it's a good read.
Shit, yeah. I would do it for that money. I would do phone sex for that money.
Shit.
You think I could do phone sex fans?
Yeah, I think you could.
I think
you have a nice voice. I think you could. I think you got that like.
Yeah.
It's like.
No, the people that listen to this podcast get pissed every time I speak. I get trolled so much in this podcast.
Do?
Yeah, they're like, "Let the girl talk. Shut your mouth, idiot." Yeah.
It's your podcast. We're just sitting here hanging out with you.
I know.
But see, I have a loud voice, so my voice carries.
Yeah, I like it. No, a lot of times I have to pump people up. It's like I just realized the other day when I would do a sound check. It was 4 days in a row. We were doing a show every day. So every day I would mic check, and then whoever the host was really quiet, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then I realized I have such a loud,
Yeah.
annoying, terrible, just like voice
not
that carries
terrible.
that I can't be the sound checker. I can't be because it's gonna be too loud. Like
Yeah.
I know that I'm loud, so then I'll just hold the mic further.
Right.
On
Absolutely.
the show, right? I can figure it out. But then when they got a person here and I can't hear them, I'm not the guy.
Yeah, because
So
when you were saying hold it to your mouth, I was like, oh, honey, I know how to hold a
I got
microphone.
this, don't worry.
Because remember, I am a karaoke genius.
Yeah. No, so many people will like try to hold it down here, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
no, it's
And
like
I-
you gotta
and
put it
it's like I
right
gotta,
here.
Like, try to like push it towards them.
Yeah,
just
like
weird.
it's
Yeah.
even with weddings too. People,
Yeah.
they talk with their hands and they do all
It
over
is
the
funny.
place.
Yeah. The amount of people that don't know how to use microphones at weddings. Yeah.
Oh, be quiet.
No, you did
I
great.
did notice it a
You
little
did
bit,
great.
but I
No,
wasn't
no,
gonna say
but
anything.
The wedding people, yeah, they never
The
know
wedding
how to
people are
use
the
mics.
worst.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It always bums me out.
I always say on the other microphone because I hold the other microphone. I'm like, hey, put that microphone close to your mouth so we can hear you.
Yeah.
Because I can only turn it up so much, and just
Right.
like with your stuff, you can
Right.
only turn it up so much.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to
trust
bump
me.
people's stuff.
Get you.
Yeah.
Get you.
I got you, bro.
I got you, bro. I know how it goes.
So what do you do? Okay, so what's your main? How do you get your content out there? How can people find you? And all that
I just launched my website back in the end of September.
Sweet.
So I'm pretty excited. It's bbwjulieginger.com.
BBW Julie Ginger. Very cool.
.com. Yep, and that's my Twitter handle.
Mm-hmm.
My Instagram did get deleted at 55,000 followers.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, that was number 5 for me. I'm on number 5 right now. I just created a new
frustrating.
one. Yeah, it's very
That's
frustrating.
frustrating.
So if I would have kept all my Instagram initially,
Yeah.
I probably would have over 100,000,
Yeah.
if not more, right
Yeah.
now. So I'm a little frustrated, but at the same time, you know what? I'm gonna do one more after this
Yeah.
last one. If it is gone, I'm no
Fuck it.
longer using
Stop
Instagram.
flagging this bitch. Get out of there. What are you
So-
doing? If you're a hater, go do something else.
Exactly. So my Instagram.
I don't know why I'm talking. I got like 3,200
It's
people. Like I
okay.
said.
We'll help you get more.
Yeah.
My
Get all the
Instagram.
BBW fans.
Yes, is BBW Julie Ginger, but with an extra R at the end. So it's Ginger.
Ginger.
BBW Julie
And the sixth
Ginger.
one will be Ginger. Stop flagging this bitch.
I love it. But yeah, I have Snapchat. I got all that stuff.
Do the Snapchat Premium?
I do have a
Yeah.
Snapchat Premium. Yep. And then
Cool.
I'm actually gonna be putting stuff on there tonight, and
Cool.
they wanna check it out. They
Yeah,
can
check out all the things.
Make sure you also do that for Nikki Cakes too.
Yep, Nikki Cakes, we got her. Pay for your porn. That's the
yes.
the big one.
Hashtag
your-
pay for your porn,
Get
please.
your Snapchat Premium. Do the thing. If you did not pay for the content that you're currently viewing, aside this podcast, then the performers didn't get paid, and then for sure the performers didn't get paid for this podcast. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating.
Yeah, me too.
Got one sent to me today, actually, this morning when I was
What's that?
driving here. A screenshot of one of my
shit.
videos that I did
That
with
somebody
another
got hacked?
performer. It's on Spank Gang, I think.
And so they ripped it and threw it up there.
Yeah. So I have to go get a what do they call it?
Cease and desist.
Cease and
Or I don't
desist,
know what you
basically.
call it for that.
There's a fancy term
Yeah,
for
there's
it, but
something else
like
for that one, yeah.
basically for them to take it down because they don't have any rights to that video.
Yeah.
It's very, very.
Do you see what
frustrating.
Pharrell did? And this might I don't want to alienate your fan base or whatever because people don't like to talk politics on this thing. But Pharrell had he did a cease and desist for Trump. Trump's been using Happy.
Oh my God!
He's been doing the song Happy at the rallies, and then
That's not good.
and Pharrell sent him. He says you can't play Happy, and it was right after the Pittsburgh thing. It was right after the
Wow.
Pittsburgh shooting, and so Pharrell was like, you can't play my fucking song at your rallies. This is especially on like the week of a national tragedy. Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so make sure you guys follow me. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for listening. This is the Porn Stars and People podcast. We're on iTunes, we're on Google Play, whatever thing you found us on, we're on the other thing. We got some fun content in front of the Scarface jacuzzi on YouTube today, so check us out there. Whatever thing you found us on, you can also watch us and listen to us on the other thing. We drop an episode every Monday. Thank you again to my guests for being here, for watching, for being a voyeur on the first episode.
Yes,
and then
thank you
hopping
to
in.
Nikki Cakes is also being my voice behind the camera. You're
Whoop,
awesome.
whoop, whoop, Nikki Cakes, the on-mic'd background
Yes,
extra stuff.
we
It's
love
good
you.
stuff. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thanks.